Coming up today on RMU Live, breaking news of a fatal accident on I-79. RMU students weigh their opinion of the construction projects taking place over the summer, and how the Trump campaign requests top leading officials to refrain from releasing details in talks with Russia.
Hello everyone and welcome to RMU Live. Today is Monday, February 20th, President's Day. It's 2017. I'm Eddie Shee.
And I'm Gage Golding filling in for Hannah Smith. Here's what's happening now. A fatal accident in Moon Township claimed the life of one person when a tanker truck crashed on I-79 in Weaver One Road shortly after 5 a.m. on Monday morning. Pennsylvania State Police have not yet released the cause of the accident or the identity of the victim. Recently, I was able to talk with students about the start of construction on campus. With changes coming to RMU, students seem to be excited with construction projects.
Robert Morris University already started the Student Recreation and Fitness Center project. It's a $7 million project taking over the Old North Athletic Complex. They're already moving steel in building the foundation.
I think it's a nice addition that the school is adding. They're not forgetting about the normal students on campus. They're allowing us to have these new...
I think it's going to be a lot better than what it is now. There's going to be more places for students to engage in activities.
Now the Soul Center project is going to be turned into the UPMC Event Center. That's slated to begin at the end of commencement this year in June.
I think it's been pretty nice. I think it's going to really make our sports team stand out a lot because they have something to play for. We're probably going to get better recruits.
I'm a huge fan of it. It's like if you want to be successful in recruiting players, you need to have an update facility, and I think in doing that, you're going to get a lot more better recruits coming. And as a student here, as a fan going there, it'll be nice being able to see this get built.
The final project is a $1 million project in conjunction with Moon Township and the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, which will add 2 left-hand turning lanes on University Boulevard.
Are beneficial. It's really just a matter of funding. You need the funding for those types of projects, and taking a look at the corridor to see where exactly the improvements are most needed.
It could really cut down the amount of traffic, and it would significantly make it a lot easier to get to campus and to shopping centers, and it just overall help everyone around the school just because of the better ease of access.
I think it's a great improvement for our school. It definitely is going to help the ease of traffic that's right outside because it's always congested down there.
That $1 million project in association with Moon Township and PennDOT is slated to begin in early May. For Robert Morris University Century Media, Gage Golding.
Students will be able to see the most construction after commencement in June, when all 3 projects will be in full production.
RMU's Vice Provost Larry Tomei was chosen as the winner of the IGI's Global Distinguished Fellowship InfoSci Journals Award. This accolade is awarded to an editor-in-chief who displays exceptional accomplishments in publishing. Tomei received this international recognition after 14 years in the publishing industry. Clarendon police are looking for the person who shot a woman on Sunday night. The shooting took place at St. Clair and 3rd Street in Pittsburgh around 8 p.m. The victim was shot once while standing near a bus stop. Then the shooter fled the scene. She was taken to the hospital and was alert and responsive as of this morning. Police say no arrests have been made yet.
The Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh announced Sunday that it would be closing 1 school and merging 10 other schools. Officials from the diocese released that Holy Retimer Catholic School in Elwood City will close in June due to declining enrollment. The schools that opened in 1945 only had 42 students enrolled in their K-6 program this year. Under the direction of the region's 32 parishes, 10 schools in the North Hills will be merging at the same time. The Pittsburgh Sewer and Water Authority released Sunday that workers located a leak in water piping that is losing 10,000 gallons of water per minute. Water authorities narrowed the leak to a 60-inch water main on Parker Street in Etna. Officials report that water quality and pressure will not be affected. The repairs are scheduled to start on Monday afternoon.
A new coal mine in western Pennsylvania will be bringing in 70 or more jobs later this year. Corsaw Coal Corporation CEO George Dethlefsen said that the plans set the opening for the mine in May in Somerset County's Jenner Township. The project should produce 400,000 tons of metallurgical coal a year. This mine is also expected to boost production at multiple other mines as well. The Kraft Heinz Corporation has withdrawn $143 billion offer to buy Unilever after the mayonnaise, tea, and seasoning maker rejected the bid as being too low. The companies announced in a joint press release on Sunday that Kraft Heinz had abandoned their original offer but was still interested in pursuing the purchase. The deal would have combined brands such as Oscar Mayer, Jell-O, and Velveeta.
2 Pittsburgh area police departments lost K-9 units over the weekend. The Scott Township Police Department lost K-9 Officer Lord on Sunday due to complications with a tumor. K-9 Officer Rocco from the Monroeville Police Department was also lost over the weekend. Rocco served the Monroeville area from 2006 to 2014. With the warm spell in the Pittsburgh region, will it continue into next week? Eddie Sheehy has a look for us.
Yeah, thanks, Gage. I do actually have some good news for you. Over the weekend, we saw some really unseasonably warm temperatures. On Saturday, we even hit a brand new high record of 68. Today, we're at 62, so we're still sitting in that great temperature above the 50s. Anything in that degree is nice, I would have to say. Now, taking a look outside, I want to show you something from this morning. Look at the fog on campus here covering the entire area. This is unusual for February. But the reason we're getting this fog in the morning is due to the higher levels of condensation and those cooler mornings that turn into warmer afternoons. Now, the good news is the National Weather Service did say that they think that this string of warmer temperatures might be here to stay. We might actually be entering spring as we speak. Now, it is Pittsburgh, so there is always a chance we'll hit another snowstorm here in the next few weeks. But as always, I'll be here in our weather center tracking that for you, so you don't have to worry. I'll keep my eye on it.
And for everything you need to know about RMU news, sports, arts, and entertainment, be sure to visit rmucentralmedia.com.
And when we come back from the break, an update on the investigation onto Kim Jong-nam's death.
And Uber is under fire about sexual harassment claims by a former employee. More when we come back.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow.
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Craig Deere, a former National Security Council advisor, was released to his previous job after publicly bashing the Trump administration and the White House. The decision to reassign Deere was made after he publicly disagreed with Trump in a speech in D.C. earlier this month. Deere was working at the National Defense University.
Obama's former chief strategist David Axelrod may be retired now, but he has not ventured far from the world of politics. Today, he hosts his own podcast called The Axe Files. From the University of Chicago Institute of Politics, in a recent installment of the podcast, Axelrod interviewed Corey Lewandowski, who said that he feels the President Donald Trump, his main objective should be to move, quote, very quickly. Lewandowski also said that Trump is leaving the details of his plans up to his staff, but that the staff has not been preparing him as well as they could have been or should have been. He urged the White House to place focus on the president's economic message of bringing jobs back to America. The Senate Intelligence Committee sent out more than a dozen letters last Friday to agencies, organizations, and individuals asking them to keep communications related to the panel's investigation into the Russian interference under wraps. This comes after a number of President Trump's campaign officials were discovered to have been in contact with Russian officials during the 2016 campaign. White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus told NBC's Meet the Press on Sunday that just because the request was made does not imply there is anything to these allegations.
China's Ministry of Commerce released a public notice Saturday ending its imports of coal in North Korea beginning yesterday and for the rest of 2017. The ban is in wake of North Korea launching a missile last week. Coal is among North Korea's top exports. Most of North Korea's exported coal is shipped to China, its only major ally globally. Malaysian police are searching for 4 more suspects in the murder of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's half-brother, Kim Jong-nam. Authorities report that the 4 suspects are from North Korea. One suspect has already been taken into custody. Rai Jung-kul was arrested by Malaysian police on Friday in an apartment in Selangor.
The declaration of a famine in South Sudan is the first to be announced in any part of the world in the past 6 years. The government of Sudan and the United Nations reported that some 100,000 people are facing starvation, with 1 million more on the brink of famine. Another report released today said that there has been an increase in humanitarian assistance in order to prevent the famine from spreading any further.
Uber has launched an investigation into sexual harassment claims at the ride-sharing giant. A former software engineer, Susan Fowler, posted the claims on a blog after her employment with Uber. In the online post, Fowler claims that her manager made sexual advances towards her within the office. Uber boss Travis Kalanick said, quote, "Anyone who behaves this way or thinks it is okay will be fired," end quote.
Iraqi government forces resumed their push towards Mosul, the last major stronghold of the Islamic State in Iraq. The operation was launched yesterday and has since resulted in the seizure of several villages. Thousands of Iraqi troops have been involved in the retaking of Mosul, along with artillery and air power forces, which include rocket missile launchers. Forces have currently surrounded the western part of Mosul.
A man died at Honolulu International Airport after being detained by airport authorities. The man, who has yet to be identified by police, forced his way into a boarding lounge after breaking through a security exit. The suspect was combative with officers until becoming unresponsive and was then taken to a nearby hospital where he died. Honolulu police have opened an unattended death investigation, and airport authorities are investigating the security breach. Germany is planning to sail an almost 400-foot vessel to the North Pole and let it get stuck. The $69 million project main focus is to study and record the changing climate and increasing temperatures. The data is expected to help scientists make more accurate predictions with climate change.
On Sunday, SpaceX made history by successfully launching a spacecraft they call the Dragon. The launch appeared to go flawlessly and was the first from the Kennedy Space Center's Launch Complex 39 since the NASA space shuttles were retired back in July of 2001. The Dragon has over 5,000 pounds of cargo and experiments on board and is expected to take 2 days until it catches up to the International Space Station. Once it reaches the station, astronauts aboard will use a 57-foot robotic arm to capture it. And Amazon plans to hire 5,000 new employees in the UK this year, which will make it the latest elite tech firm to not worry about the country's exit from the European Union. The positions range from software developers and engineers to managers and HR specialists. The company is also looking for flight test engineers to work on their drone delivery program.
When we come back to RMU Live, sports anchor Rashad Christian takes a look at RMU sports and how the Pens are going to rebound after 2 consecutive losses.
And I'll be back at the Weather Center telling you about what the weather you're going to be walking to class in over the next few days is going to look like. We'll be right back.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hello everyone, I am Rashad Christian. I'm here to catch you up on the world of sports, both professionally and here at RMU. After an overtime victory against the Winnipeg Jets last week, the Penguins lost their following 2 games, the first against Columbus and the second against Detroit, and Sidney Crosby only registered 1 point in the 2-game skid. Some news from the NBA, former Kings center DeMarcus Cousins was traded to the New Orleans Pelicans immediately following the 2017 All-Star Game. The trade came just a few days after Kings GM Vlade Divac said Cousins wouldn't be traded before the February 23rd deadline. For the second straight week, both the men's and women's basketball teams won their games on the same day, only this time it was against CCSU and in a double-digit fashion. It was senior night at the 84 Lumber Arena, and both teams delivered memorable games. The men's hockey team won an overtime thriller against Mercyhurst, where they saw senior Ben Robillard manage to hit the back of the net with 3 minutes left in overtime to secure the victory. I've delivered some good news. Is the weather going to do the same, Eddie?
Yeah, absolutely, Rashad. Thanks. It is going to look pretty good as you're taking a look outside here again. 62 degrees is where we're standing at today. A little bit colder this morning. We were sitting about 40. As we work throughout the day, though, that'll wrap up. Right down here, 0% chance of rain today. Now, taking one more look outside, I just want to show this picture again. The fog on campus this morning, very unusual for February, but something that we probably will be seeing actually more throughout this week as those higher temperatures continue to come into this area. Taking a look at our map around the area here in Pittsburgh, nothing. And around the area, still nothing. There are no clouds to be seen for the rest of today. Now, that's not exactly a trend that we're going to be keeping throughout the week. Looking into tomorrow, however, pretty simple. 65. Rain is going to be coming in. It's probably going to happen more so in the evening. In the morning, we're looking at about a 30% chance of rain, but you can see down here 60% chance of rain as we get into 4, 5, 6 o'clock. Our 5-day, take a look at that. Wednesday, high of 66. Thursday, high of 68. Same deal, some rain. Friday, look at that temperature, a high of 74. Who would think that we were going to be sitting with a high of 74 here in the middle of February? Rounding into the weekend, 57, some rain, and Sunday, it's going to get you a high of 46. All in all, Gage, I don't think we can really complain too much. I'll take some rain when compared to some of the snow we usually see in February.
Absolutely. I mean, unfortunately for the skiers, I'm a skier, so we need some of that snow, but 74 looks pretty nice right now.
Yeah, not too many weekends with snow, and as I said earlier in the show, I don't think we're going to see too many more weekends with snow, unfortunately. It wasn't much of a skiing season.
Oh, God, no.
I think your skiing season might be just about over, buddy,
I think
unfortunately.
it's over, yep, unfortunately.
Now, that, unfortunately, is all the time we have for RMU Live this afternoon.
We'll see you next week.